Hi, everybody.
Hi.
It's Super Breakfast Friends Club. It's the show that this one is.
I'm sorry about it.
I need to tell everybody, first of all, that I'm Mike.
Oh, I wasn't aware. Thank you.
And you are?
Not.
That's the way we do things. Anyway, this is the thing that I want to tell everybody. I've been keeping a list. I haven't told anyone. I haven't said a word to everyone except Mel.
Not peep one.
That for a while now, every time someone mentions a show that they want us to cover and they're not, on the Patreon, because then we'd pay more attention, I make a list of everybody, everything they say. If you've ever said to me, hey, what about this show? Oh, that show's on the list of the request list. You better believe it, sister.
Yeah, but then you made the mistake of letting me choose from the list.
I did. I pulled out the list and I said, hey, we've got no anniversaries and I don't give a rat's tinklebell what we do this week. So, Mel, why don't you pick something off of this list?
I picked the very best thing on the list.
Play the theme song.
Supernatural things, magic and sorcery, they're back. From out of the gloom stalk your worst nightmares. Ghouls, zombies, werewolves, vampires. You can't be sure what lurks out there in the darkness of night.
We're the DarkStalkers!
Chiron, intergalactic collector of planets, wants the Earth, and he's going to get it, even if he has to wake the undead. He summons Dimitri, Lord of the Vampires, to launch a reign of terror, to release a plague of monsters and bring humans to their knees. But other night warriors are on the prowl. Monstrous, awesome contenders with bizarre fighting powers. Immortal creatures locked in battle to decide the fate of the world. It's enough to make your blood run cold.
DarkStalkers.
It's DarkStalkers again. Can you believe it?
No, because I was actually thinking, did they mean the cartoon or the anime?
They weren't clear.
So this is what they get.
Yeah, all they said was Darkstalkers. So they get what we chose. Here's the thing: some of the things I've written down are very specific because the person who requested it were very specific. But if you're making a request and all you're saying is Street Fighter, oh, you're gonna get the worst Street Fighter we can find. Oh, you better believe it.
Do you want to suffer? Too bad. We're all going down on this sinking ship together.
Because I've made this requests list, but let's consider it a monkey's paw list, really.
Or like a genie's wish list. You need to be real specific.
Yeah. So we have watched the 4th episode of the Darkstalkers show, which is called The Game. Do you remember when it was like fashionable to... What was that whole thing, The Game, where it was like, if you ever hear the words The Game, you've lost it, or whatever the fuck? What was that?
I hated the game.
Yeah, me too.
I hated it.
Me too. If you really cared about The Game...
You've lost it.
I'm sorry for ruining your 10-year streak, however long it's been since anyone talked about The Game.
I'm sorry that you were alive in the 90s to suffer through the game. That was probably the 2000s.
I think it was like late 2000s, early 2010s. Or maybe I just heard about it really late. I don't know.
That sounds like you, yeah.
I remember like when it was being explained to me, the person who told it to me was like, now that you know about the game, you'll be playing the game for the rest of your life. And I was like, buddy, I've forgotten about this in 10 minutes. I guarantee you.
I actually never want to play this game again, so that's not going to be happening.
This episode was written by Kat Lickle, who wrote for Street Fighter, of course.
Oh, good.
She also wrote for Rugrats, Are Real Monsters, My Name is Earl, American Housewife, and was apparently a screenwriter on Pixar's Elemental. Which,
All right,
which you know, I thought that movie was okay. I know a lot of people didn't like it for whatever reason, but I thought it was fine.
So what happened?
What happened was she went up in the world. She skyrocketed.
Well, good for her.
This was just an early stepping stone to her much more successful upcoming career.
This might be a controversial take, but I think this is the worst episode we've seen yet.
I think that's perfectly fair. I tried really hard. Nobody has documented when this episode aired. I believe, but I may be wrong, I believe it probably aired on October 21st, 1995. Wikipedia has the date the first episode aired and the date the last episode aired, but nothing in between.
It's just a grab bag.
So looking at a calendar from 1995, I figured out that means it aired every week except one. It aired from September 30th to December 30th, 1995. And there are that's 14 weeks and there are 13 episodes. So there's 1 week that was skipped in there. I'm going to take an educated guess and say it was probably Thanksgiving weekend that they skipped. But I don't know that for sure, so this date might be wrong.
I would have guessed. Well, I guess we don't know when Christmas was that year, do we?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I feel like it would have been skip the Christmas week unless they have a Christmas episode.
Oh, you mean you don't know what
episode?
Day it was on?
Yeah.
Oh, the last episode. What day is Christmas? 25th?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a day that this would have aired. Because
still, what if the lineup is too full of Santa Claus that they didn't have room for Dimitri the vampire?
Well, don't most networks have like a special like schedule just for Thanksgiving weekend?
I don't know.
Because I know we've looked at least 2 shows. No, wait, no, we haven't. I know we've looked at Bubsy, and Bubsy aired
Bubsy is not a metric for anything, except how to stink real bad.
But Bubsy aired as special programming for Thanksgiving weekend. And I know that the Battletoads show does that as well. We haven't watched that yet.
Why do they choose to hurt us on Thanksgiving?
I think it might just be that they don't expect anybody to be watching TV on Thanksgiving weekend, so they just...
That's when they fire the stinkers out?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That makes sense, actually.
Anyway, here we are. We're at Victor's castle, where his servant is here doing chores. We have seen his servant briefly before. Klaus Schmendrick. But we didn't talk about his voice actor that time. So he is played by Gerard Plunkett, although he's credited as Gerald Plunkett here. I'm willing to guess that's just a typo in the credits.
It's a pseudonym. He didn't want anyone to know.
He is mostly a minor characters guy. He started out doing anime dubs and those like bootleg Disney movies that you find on VHS tapes, you know?
Yeah.
Leo, King of the Lions,
Upward.
whatever. Yeah. Now he mostly does small live action roles, but he played Ted Bishop in 2 episodes of Travelers and Dr. Jameson in 2 episodes of Smallville.
That doesn't mean anything to me, but somebody out there knows.
Someone knows. Someone does. I was very distracted this whole first scene by the stone arch with the word freezer above it. But
it's like spaced out, so it says freezer.
This invited so many questions to me because this is like an ancient castle. And this is like an ancient carved stone archway with the word freezer above it.
It's an ancient castle, but he's in modern times, okay?
My favorite thing about this whole episode probably is the fact that this tiny detail that I noticed in the first scene actually comes back at the very end as an important plot point.
I didn't even notice it. So when they were talking about a freezer later, I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't realize it was like a designated corridor in the ancient castle.
Oh, I was so... I like jumped up out of my chair when they mentioned the freezer near the end. Anyway, Klaus is upset because he thought that when Victor returned, he would become a member of the Darkstalkers.
The Darkstalkers and Klaus.
Yeah. He's here doing he's doing the dishes or the laundry or something. And he's just like, I thought I was going to be a member of the team. He's like this middle-aged man with glasses.
Not only is he a middle-aged man with glasses, but he's apparently had these Darkstalker aspirations for a while, and he is an accountant. So he has no, like, martial arts training. He doesn't invent things.
He has a hard time holding
guy.
something without dropping it.
He would step on 50 rakes if they were scattered about his feet.
He's the most useless person we've seen in this show, and this show contains Harry Grimoire.
Oh, Harry Grimoire. Every time I see him, I'm always disturbed by how he's just an adult in a child's body somehow. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah. Anyway, Klaus continues doing the chores. Victor goes to answer the door. I looked up Victor in the games, and there's really no connection to the character that he is in the games, other than that he's a Frankenstein. Because this Klaus guy doesn't exist in the games.
Klaus is Victor's Harry Grimoire.
Yeah, I guess so. And it's a shame because in the games, Victor's, I guess, supporting cast, rather than Klaus, is his little sister, whose name I think was Emily. She is also a creation of, I forget is it like Guggenheim was the name? Dr. Guggenheim? Dr. von Guggenheim? I forget. She's another creation of his, but she looks more like a normal little girl. But it's because she's like fully, she's just like a doll, I think, from what I was reading. And
right.
Because of that, she doesn't work very well. Victor's story in the game is well, I guess all their stories are weird in the game, but basically in the game he wakes up for the first time and his creator is just there dead. But
cool.
Because Victor doesn't really understand death, he takes his creator's silence as a sign of disappointment in his creation. So he goes and joins the Darkstalker tournament to like prove his worth to his father.
To win his dad's love.
Yeah, and then he comes back at the end of the game. If you win the game as Victor, he comes back and he's like, "Father, I'm the champion now." But his father still won't react
because he's dead.
And that's when his sister shows up and is like, "The villagers did that to him," and then they go off together and become a family, I guess.
That's so much more interesting than Klaus.
I know. And then in a later game, Emily stops working. So Victor's story in that game is that he's trying to find a way to reactivate her. I think that's really interesting. I would have much preferred Emily to be here than Klaus.
That's a much more interesting dynamic, like a brother and sister, than just a guy and his little dorky lackey.
Yeah. Anyway, somebody's at the door, so Victor goes to answer it. It's not made super clear at this point, but I guess Victor's throwing a party for the Darkstalkers.
Yeah, it's not even made clear that he's having a party, just that somebody's coming over.
Yeah. That he opens the door, and I laughed at his expression. That he opens the door to howling, but we don't see outside of the door. It just hangs on Victor's face as he just blinks.
For like 5 seconds.
Yeah, just listening to this howling. And then we find out that there's nobody there. So he wonders if he's hearing John Talbane on account of the howling. And this is where I started wondering, like, do all of the Darkstalkers know each other already? If we haven't skipped any episodes, but it feels like we've skipped some episodes.
Yeah, I guess they were just a thing. And we're supposed to be okay with that.
I guess.
It's like even on the villain side, Lord Raptor is there. We didn't see him.
No, Bishamon as well. We've not really been introduced to him properly either.
Yeah.
He's there, but they don't say anything. they're just there. But like I'm pretty sure we've seen Harry meet Rikuo, but we haven't seen him meet Bigfoot or John Talbane, but he just knows them here. Apparently he knows Victor as well.
Everybody's just that was weird. Because like they know Klaus,
Harry specifically knows Klaus, because he's the one who like reminds them all that Klaus exists.
It's like, don't forget, Klaus is a Darkstalker too.
Yeah, so it just feels like, I don't know, all the episodes up until now has been Harry like meeting these characters for the first time, but now it suddenly feels like we've jumped ahead a bit.
Yeah, and then they're like, what kind of story are we gonna write about Bigfoot? Just put him in the party.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder if it's a case of like, this is a writer who was just a freelancer who was contracted and they gave her the series Bible, but they didn't tell her like when in the series her episode would be. So she's just like assuming that it's all going to be established by this point. Anyway, Morrigan appears and she catches Victor in a bunch of vines like she's Poison Ivy for some reason.
Yeah, she just kind of has whatever powers are necessary.
Yeah. He escapes and he runs into the castle. Dimitri's waiting. I at first thought they were just mad that they didn't get invited to the party.
That would be much funnier.
And Klaus, like the Darkstalker he aspires to be, sees what's happening and runs away.
Crawls into the walls like a rat man.
Morrigan defeats Victor with furniture, and we see that Pyron is watching her and Dimitri argue about who's the best. Who's the best Pyron minion?
This was really funny because Pyron is not above putting his minions against one another.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
That's why this episode's called The Game, because he's like, sure, whoever captures the most of Victor's visitors before the moon sets will be granted their fondest desire to become his general.
He's like, these two kind of suck. What if I kept them busy for a night?
Does the moon set? Is that a thing?
No, the moon's always there.
That's what I was thinking. Moonset. I've never heard of moonset or moonrise before.
You can see the moon in broad daylight. It doesn't set. It's right there.
So Anakaris is going to judge the competition, which basically just means he's counting.
That's about all he's capable of doing, and even that.
Yeah, he does struggle a bit with it. So this part is where Felicia, John Talbane, Bigfoot, Rikuo, and Little Boy all arrive together in a New York taxi.
That really got me. Just drive a taxi up to the ancient castle.
I liked it because Harry is from New York, right? Doesn't he live there? I think so. So I like to think that in his home neighborhood, he just got in a cab and was like, drive us to Austria.
He got in a cab with Bigfoot and a wolfman.
Bigfoot, a wolfman, a fishman, a cat lady, all squeezed into the same... It sounds like a joke. They all squeezed into the same cab. It's like a clown car of Darkstalkers.
Right. I had a thought while watching this. I was like, the good Darkstalkers are just like a group of furries.
That's how they decided who the good ones were.
A group of furries and a Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, okay. I guess a Frankenstein is there. I wonder if this is all of the hero ones.
I don't think so, because like do we meet all of the Darkstalkers in this one? I know we haven't met what's her face, the hopping vampire.
Yeah. I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure how many of them are in the show. I think this episode contains everyone that we've seen so far. They don't all have lines, but I think they're all here. Oh no, wait, there's that guy. What was his name? There was that guy in the second one we watched. It's like the least memorable of all of the characters. I can't think what his name was, though.
What was his deal?
He's just like a human guy. He's like a Darkstalker hunter or something, I think.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember him. I don't remember his name either.
Or was he... Donovan Bain. Yeah, that's the guy. No, he's a was he like a Dampier, that's it, yeah. Half vampire, half human.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't very interesting in this show. I think he might be more interesting in the games, but yeah,
I mean, that's probably true of all of these characters.
Sort of forgot. It's definitely true of all of these characters, yeah, 100%. Like, Morrigan's way more interesting in the games, Victor's way more interesting in the games. Anyway, as they're getting out the car, Bigfoot asks Harry what he's been reading, because apparently he's been reading a book for the past hour. He's studying how to use Fireball.
And Rico was like, disgusting.
He calls him a nasty boy.
Ew, how crude and unpleasant, you nasty boy.
Rico just heard ball and shut down.
Bigfoot defends him for it. I like that Bigfoot and Harry have apparently become friends off camera at some point. I just kind of like Bigfoot.
Rikuo is just still Rikuo.
I don't know. He felt like he was way meaner in this episode than he was before.
He did, but like, I like that. He feels like Simon Belmont, and his meanness is kind of what makes him wonderful.
I think the last time we saw him, he didn't feel like a jerk to me. He just felt like he was dumb.
True, he's very dumb. He fell in love with a fake fish woman.
Yeah, and then when she turned back into Morrigan, he was convinced that she'd become a drawing on the wall.
I forgot about that part, yeah.
Yeah, Victor isn't answering the door. There's this whole sequence where Morrigan summons a storm and Dimitri turns into a bat that really doesn't come up again.
They were setting the scene.
So the Darkstalkers break into the castle. Rico and Bigfoot just keep fighting. I don't know why, because we saw them together in the first episode, I'm pretty sure, and they were pals. I don't know why they're suddenly at each other's throats this episode.
Well, we do that all the time. Sometimes you just have to come to blows.
Yeah, but when we do it, it's cute. When these guys do it, it's uncomfortable.
Oh, like it's not uncomfortable when people watch us argue about ducks and hats.
That wasn't an argument. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying it was.
No.
I was coming up with a fake scenario.
Oh, yeah, always you and the fake scenarios.
See, we're doing it now.
So, Morrigan drags Rico into this giant bowl of water that's here. I don't know why it's here.
For reasons. What else do you need?
It's like an indoor bird bath or something. I don't know.
It's just a fountain that's not fountaining presently.
It's a bowl. It's a bowl. You know what? Maybe Victor set it up for Rico. It's like, that guy likes to be wet.
Splash.
This is like a couch to Rico.
Yeah, it's outside where we don't have to put up with him.
Is it outside? I thought it was inside.
It's in like a courtyard.
Yeah. Harry and Felicia are being watched by a painting of God for some reason.
Like we're not all being watched by a painting of God.
Or was that Merlin?
Probably Merlin.
I forgot that Merlin was in this show that one time.
Yeah, and he fought Morrigan.
I remember there was something about Merlin that really made me laugh. I don't remember what it was. Maybe I should watch that episode again. Meanwhile, John has found a huge leg of meat on a table and is just going to town on it.
It looks weirdly like a human leg.
It does look like a human leg. And this is a Frankenstein castle. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility.
That he just cooked up a human leg and spiked it with wolfbane.
Yeah, I laughed a lot at Felicia and Harry are upstairs. And they're standing by this window that seems to go outside. And there's just this human hand. So,
yeah.
It looks like he's just trying to like pet Felicia's hair. But then they don't notice and they just walk away. And then Klaus's head pops through the window and he just looks so sad.
Like the dopey face of stupid Klaus hovering outside the castle.
Like, why is it outside a window? There's stars out of the window, so it's definitely a window to outside. Why is he out there on an upper floor? If he wanted to get their attention, why didn't he just call out?
He's taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque. His secret tunnels have led him to the exterior of the castle.
It was just his sad face popping through the window that really got me.
Like the second they walk away, that's when he decides to stick his stupid face in panel.
And all he does is just look sad. He just looks disappointed. It's like, just say something, Klaus. They could hear you.
I've done literally all I'm capable of doing to get their attention. They're 2 feet away.
They go down to the kitchen because they hear John howling. And they meet Bigfoot in there and find that John is missing. And this is where I noticed, I was wondering if it's all the time, but it just seems to be this scene. Bigfoot is always looking up and to his right. This whole scene.
Yeah, it was really weird. It's like they forgot to change his eyes and make them dynamic.
Yeah. And it made me wonder, like, is he just looking up and to the right on the model sheet and they just thought that that's all he can do? But it's only this scene. He can look around in every other scene.
It made him look especially suspicious of his surroundings for no reason.
It made him look just really dopey to me.
That too.
So we get an update on the contest here. Anakaris has decided that Victor was Dimitri's catch, despite I think it was pretty unambiguously Morrigan's, but...
Yeah, I don't really understand how it came to Victor, except they need a tiebreaker later.
Yeah, so Dimitri's currently in the lead. But Pyron thinks Dimitri's getting too big for his boots, so he tells Anakaris to help Morrigan. Pyron just really... This whole thing is just a way to stir up shit for him.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what his goals are. I think he's just bored.
Yeah, I mean, he's hanging out up there with Lord Raptor and Bishamon, who just aren't talking, so...
He probably won't let Lord Raptor talk. I get the feeling he would never stop, based on the gifs I've seen.
Yeah, but that's all we've really seen of him, isn't it? Just gifs.
Gifs of him at the beach.
Fighting a dinosaur.
Exploding a dinosaur.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to those episodes.
I'm so excited.
So Felicia lists everyone who's missing, and then Harry is like, oh, I haven't seen Klaus either. He even knows Klaus's last name. That's the only reason I know it.
Right, and everyone else is just like, who?
Yeah. Bigfoot and Felicia reluctantly accept that they should help Klaus, even though he's just a human. Which, to me, suggests that they're accepting that Harry is not human.
He's a magician.
Is he officially a Darkstalker? This small boy?
I guess. I don't know. I just hate Harry so much.
Yeah, me too. I love how Felicia starts a speech about how they have to stick together, but then a swarm of bats arrive and she immediately bails and runs off on her own. It's like immediate. It's comedically immediate.
And it's so stupid. It's like, girl, bats, you know exactly who this is. What are you doing?
And then Bigfoot, left alone for a moment, is captured by Anakaris, who counts this as a catch for Morrigan, even though she doesn't seem to be involved in any way.
Yeah, when Pyron told him to get involved, I thought it was going to be like the first catch, where they're both in on the plan, but there's no Morrigan in sight,
Yeah.
so...
Up on the roof, Dimitri fights Felicia a bit, but she falls off the roof, and then she gets caught by Morrigan, so everybody's caught but Harry now.
Boo.
He runs back inside and tries to hide, but he falls in a trapdoor. And I thought that was Klaus sort of opening the trapdoor to let him in, but it does not seem to be. Klaus just seems to kind of happen across him afterwards, so...
Yeah, it was just a convenient entrance.
Just a very poorly hidden trapdoor.
Yeah, activated by the weight of a small boy.
So now they're in the catacombs. Harry tries to cast Fireball, but accidentally summons a swarm of stinky butterflies.
I hate when I do that.
Just, what's the point of that spell? Why do you need to summon stinky butterflies?
I'm sure it has its use cases.
So I can understand summoning stink. I can understand summoning butterflies. But stinky butterflies? Now you've lost me.
What if you need more control of the stink? So you make the butterflies stinky so that they can go bring the stink where you need it to be.
Well, they seem to just immediately disperse.
Well, that's because he's a shit magician.
I guess so. Harry finds Klaus, who has been redesigned since his last appearance in the show.
But still maintains the pool boy shorts.
It was so strange. At first I thought maybe it was someone else, or like maybe him looking different was a hint that this was actually someone else disguised as him. Because up until now, he's been wearing glasses every time we've seen him. Yeah. But now...
Those are his dishwashing glasses.
Yeah, his dishwashing glasses and his reaching through windows glasses.
Yeah.
But now, since the last time we saw him, he's put on a green jacket and taken off his glasses for some reason.
What if he just lost his glasses? What if he stepped on a broom and hit himself in the face and broke his glasses?
Or that's more believable than my idea that I just had, which was that maybe he found a gremlin in the catacombs and he traded his glasses for the jacket.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he traded his glasses for a wish.
And the wish was that he had a jacket. Yeah. We got another update from Anakaris. Morgan is winning now, but the boy is still loose. If Dimitri can catch him first, it'll be a tie, which is really the best Dimitri can hope for at this point.
Right.
So Klaus leads Harry to a wall and tells him that the dungeon is on the other side of it. Harry wonders if there's a secret passage, and thanks to the magic of animation, we can already see that there is. because
it's not part of the matte painting.
Yeah. Because it's cell painted.
That's my favorite part of old cartoons, where you can tell exactly what's about to be used because it's...
You can see exactly which book they're going to pick up from the show.
Yeah, which apple from the group.
Klaus warns him not to do the thing that he is, of course, immediately doing. He pulls a torch from the wall, and that makes the wall spin. And now Harry's just standing in the room with Anakaris.
From this point forward, it's more like a Three Stooges episode, where it's just some bumbling idiots that somehow make their way through.
There is so much bumbling now. Harry just starts screaming at Klaus to put the torch back so that the wall will rotate again. We see Klaus on the other side trying to put the torch back, but he fumbles it and it bounces away down the corridor.
Idiot! God, Klaus, why are you so bad at everything?
I want to be a Darkstalker. Look, I can put a torch. Oops.
I have the power of Butterfingers.
And this isn't even the most bumbling thing he does this episode.
No, it isn't.
We're coming up on his real stinker.
His real stinky butterfly.
But Harry tries to do a fireball again, but instead he performs some kind of teleport fart. I don't understand. He fills the room with stinky gas and teleports a couple feet.
I think Harry's a fart wizard. I think he excels in fart magic.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
All of his spells have a certain odor to them.
Anakaris chases him around the room. Bigfoot trips Anakaris. When he hits the floor, the whole room shakes, which shakes the keys loose from the wall. They fall down where Felicia can get them. Harry and Klaus play with the rotating wall for a bit while Felicia lets herself out. They're just kind of like twirling. It really is just
it's like
the Three Stooges.
It's like getting stuck in a rotating door.
It's maybe just because I watched it in Steve's server this week, but it really reminded me of the scene from the third Indiana Jones movie where he and his dad are tied to chairs and they're in the fireplace and it's got a secret door that they keep activating, and there's like a 10-minute scene of them just rotating in this fireplace. And it really reminded me of that.
I haven't watched an Indiana Jones since I was a kid.
I think I've seen all of them at least once. Usually the only one I ever want to go back and rewatch is the third one. That's my personal favorite. And it's because it's the funniest one.
Yeah.
Like Steve and the others, they had watched, I think they're watching through all of them, and that's the only one that I caught with them. But through the whole movie, they kept saying, like, the tone of this one is really different. This one's a lot funnier than the others, and it feels weird. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I like this one.
Yeah, it feels better than the other one.
This is the funny one. So Anacaris grabs Harry and takes him down through the floor, which is what he did with Bigfoot. But then I guess he realizes he was already in the dungeon, so he comes straight back up. Like, oops, I don't have to go down there.
I mean, he's crazy.
Yeah, but him being gone for a moment does give Felicia some time to escape through the false wall.
I forgot to make a note, and I just remembered being really flabbergasted. I forget when it happens, but there is a point where we see Anacaris' cheekless hinders.
I don't know if I noticed.
Because, like, he always has that thing that covers his groinular area, but there's one point where, like, he had fallen over. Maybe it was after that or something, and we see, like, just under it enough, and I was like, oh, yeah! It's when Bigfoot knocks him over, and it's just kind of like a blank slate.
Oh, wow.
And I can't stop thinking about Anacaris' cheekless hinders. I close my eyes and it's there.
Ta-da!
Guts man!
So Anacaris now is counting 2 points each for Dimitri and Morrigan, but he doesn't know how to count Harry. He points at Harry and is just like, Felicia and Klaus form a plan. She's going to keep Morrigan and Dimitri busy while Klaus frees the others. Big mistake. Anacaris is still here counting. Klaus tries to sneak past behind him, but steps on a broom like Sideshow Bob.
I laughed so hard.
There's no reason. He seems to do it on purpose. It's like Charlie stepping in the dog poop. Right?
I'd forgotten that, but yeah.
Because he's looking right at it.
There's no reason for the broom to be there, but how?
It's not like if he was like sneaking and looking over his shoulder at Anacaris, and then he stepped on the broom.
He was walking forward.
He was walking casually, strutting straight forward, looking where he was walking, and he steps on the broom and it hits him in the face.
Maybe it's like when you see something and you want to step on it just for like the sensory experience, and you don't consider the ramification of it's a broom and it's gonna swing up and hit you in the face.
That's not a good impulse to have while you're trying to free a bunch of people from a dungeon, though.
That's true. I've never been in that scenario, so I'm not sure if I would not be overcome with that sensation.
There's also, so I'm going to say right now, the lever that he's heading to, he points out this lever to Harry, and I thought he was trying to tell Harry to like kick it, but he's actually just basically calling his shot. He's like, I'm gonna go to that lever.
Right.
But we are not told what the lever does, why it's significant, why he's going to it. I did suspect that it was to free Victor specifically, and that is what it is, but we are not told that. Like, when we see it, we can see that it's connected to some kind of machine, but we can't see that it's connected to the table that Victor's strapped to.
It's a good thing they confined him to the Frankenstein-shaped table.
Yeah. And
made specifically for Frankenstein.
You know, I hadn't actually thought about it at this point, but they seem to have turned him off. Victor has been deactivated. He's kind of sleeping.
A little nap.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks to stepping on the broom, Klaus gets caught and chained up next to Harry. And the two of them loudly discuss the fact that Anacaris has now caught as many people as Morrigan and Dimitri have. And if you count Bigfoot, he's technically winning.
Yeah, but they don't want Anacaris to play their game because Anacaris is a big dumb dummy.
Yeah, so all of the Darkstalkers in the room, except Victor, who seems to be sleeping, all join in making Anacaris feel bad for not being included in the game. Meanwhile, Dimitri and Morrigan start fighting each other instead of fighting Felicia, which lets her escape them. Klaus tells Anakaris that he's an accountant, so he can use his calculator to help him figure out who's winning. Because Anakaris can't seem to count any higher than 2. It's a real problem.
I think he's... I don't know. I think he's just having trouble keeping track of who's who. And I don't know how a calculator's going to help him with that, but whatever. He's crazy.
Yeah, so he unshackles Klaus so that Klaus can use his calculator. But then Klaus is like, oh, it's solar. I need more light to make it work. Can you pull that light switch?
That's attached to Victor by a series of cables and hooks?
So Anakaris turns Victor back on, and then they fight while all the Darkstalkers cheer. The fight was really confusing to me. I don't know exactly what happened. There's a part where Anakaris just kind of starts shimmying and shimmering. Did you understand what that meant?
I think so, but I like the part where his hands turned into snakes.
Well, yeah, he always does that.
And then he started shimmying and shaking, and I guess it was like letting Victor know that he's like about to revert into his tomb form.
His sarcophagus. I didn't even know that was a form that he had.
I don't know that it is. I don't know that he's like a Darmanitan and he has a defense and attack form, but
yeah, that is what it was like, yeah. He switched over to his Zen mode form.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh well, once he's in his Zen mode form, Victor just like entraps him. I forget what happened.
He just kind of picks him up, I think.
Even though Victor was asleep the whole time, he knows enough about what was happening to say a bunch of one-liners about it.
That's 1 for the middle, 1 for Morrigan, and 1 for Anakaris.
Like, ice to meet you.
So they all strut out. This is where the freezer comes into play. They lock Morrigan and Dimitri in the freezer. Also, the next part, when Pyron calls to check in with his minions, he just sees all the good Darkstalkers posing in front of the freezer. How long do you think they were standing there waiting for him to call?
At least 20 minutes. Probably an hour.
And for some reason, when Pyron's yelling at them, it seems like he's yelling at Klaus in particular. Did you notice that?
No.
He's like, you've won this time, and the only person on the screen is Klaus.
That's probably the only person that he thinks is like a real rival, a real threat. Klaus the human.
My nemesis.
Klaus!
I would have had those Darkstalkers if it weren't for you, Klaus!
You and your pesky calculator!
Foiled again! He tells his minions to clean themselves up, even though they're all frozen solid. It's like, I don't know that they can hear you, dude.
I love that image so much.
Them all in the freezer.
They don't even look real anymore. Like, do they all have a sarcophagus form? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
It's so good.
So the good Darkstalkers leave to go get back in their cab. As they leave, everyone thanks Klaus and tells him how lucky they are to have him in the Darkstalkers.
Do you think the cab has been idling outside this whole time and the cab driver just like, what the fuck is happening?
How many seats are in a cab?
I would think 4, including the driver's seat. Maybe 5 if you squeeze someone in the middle.
Because there's 5 of them that came out of it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Rikuo, John Talbane, Felicia, Bigfoot, Harry. Yeah. So that's every seat accounted for, including the middle seat in the back.
I bet they made Bigfoot sit in the middle seat.
But who do you think is driving is what I want to know.
A ghost.
It's a haunted cab. The cab itself is driving.
There's the ghostly hitchhiker. That's a thing. That's an urban legend. Why not?
We've skipped over something that's very important to me, so I just want to go back a little bit.
Go on then.
So they talk about how important Klaus is, how much they love him, how lucky they are to have him, and that he's a Darkstalker. He's one of the team now. Right?
Yeah.
This is Klaus's last appearance.
Good.
In any medium.
I guess it went straight to his head and he formed his own team.
He didn't need them anymore.
Yeah. I'm also very distracted by the idea of the ghostly hitchhiker driving a taxi, because the whole point of the ghostly hitchhiker is that they disappear from whatever vehicle they're in, so the driver just disappears at some point.
I just like the idea that the hitchhiker is driving the car. I feel like that's their entire their entire thing is gone.
That's just the name that people understand. Obviously, they're the ghostly taxi driver now, but that has a different meaning.
Oh, there's Ghostbusters has that, remember?
No.
The ghostly cab driver.
No, I don't.
He even drives a New
I don't
York
think
cab.
I've watched the Ghostbusters in over a decade.
You should, it's fun. Zombie taxi driver.
That's not a ghost.
It's a ghost. They're all ghosts.
No.
This. Do you think
Could a zombie pass through a wall with a skeleton?
Yeah, because it's not really a zombie. It's a ghost that looks like a zombie.
Then why would they call him a zombie?
Well, that's the fan name.
Fans are dumb.
Also known as the driver. Occupation: insane driving ghost.
How do I get that job? I think I'd be great at it.
The zombie taxi driver was one of the ghosts who escaped after the containment unit blew up in 1984. The spirit entered a New York City taxi cab through its exhaust pipe from the sewers. It assumed a physical form after entering the cab. When a passenger entered the cab and asked to be taken to the Columbia building on 57th Street, he said, "I'm in a hurry, so let's not dawdle." Doing as his passenger said, the taxi ghost drove like a madman to the destination, causing cars to crash as it sped by. Secondary canon: the zombie taxi driver apparently continued working. During the short stint of the new Ghostbusters, the entity took on Ron Alexander as a customer and drove him to the Parkview Psychiatric Hospital. The driver refused to give Ron a break on the fare, noting he wasn't a real Ghostbuster, and charged $38.50.
What does a ghost need money for?
It's his job. He's not doing this for the love of the game.
That doesn't answer my question.
There's a lot of appearances of this driver ghost. He shows up often.
Well, then maybe it was him.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think Ghostbusters might be canon to the Darkstalkers universe.
What if on the final episode, all the good and bad Darkstalkers are fighting, and then the Ghostbusters show up and just capture them all?
Yeah, no, I like that.
Maybe that's why we never see Klaus again, because he's already been ghost-busted. We just see his spectral form floating in a ectoplasm tank.
In the containment
There's
unit.
a tiny one next to him with a calculator in it.
His sad face just appears when you gaze into the containment unit.
And then when he tries to float away, he steps on a broom.
Oh, Klaus. This was really a Klaus episode more than anything else, wasn't it?
A real Klaus heavy episode.
You said up top that you think this is the worst one we've watched.
Yeah.
I think I agree with that. But what do you think was the best one we've watched?
What was the last one we watched? I've been thinking about it all day, and yet I've magically forgotten everything about it.
That was the Anacharis
The Rikuo
one.
Yeah. That was probably the best one.
That was pretty good. I feel like I need to watch the one that had Merlin in it again.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember a dang thing about it, but I feel like I laughed at that one a lot.
That was the first episode, wasn't it?
Was it?
I don't know. Maybe not.
You might be right.
But that means the Donovan Bane one was the same as the Merlin one.
You're right. No, I think that must have been the first one then, yeah. Yeah, that does make sense, because wasn't it like Harry was like finding his wizard birthright or whatever? Oh my god.
Something.
He wears glasses, his name's Harry, he's a wizard. Did we make this connection when we watched the first episode?
Probably not.
I hate it. I hate that that's real.
I don't know that it is.
It is. I just I just noticed it.
Yeah, but I don't think it's real.
You think that this is a prank someone's playing on us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he predates any other
He does.
Wizard Harry.
He definitely does. That's what's... Because, I could buy that J.K. Rowling watched this show.
I can't. I don't think anybody has watched this show.
Let us know in the comments if you've ever watched this show. And let us know in the comments if J.K. Rowling has ever watched this show.
Let us know in the comments your favorite thing about Klaus.
I want
everyone's favorite character.
I want one comment that just says, I have watched this show, and the account it's posted from is called J.K. Rowling.
That's really dumb.
Yeah.
That's really dumb.
It's the kind of thing that would make me happy, though. Sorry, I didn't even hear what you said because I was thinking about my thing. What did you say? I
said leave a comment about your favorite Klaus moment, since Klaus is the fan favorite character.
What if do you think this whole episode was just them trying to, test the waters for a Klaus spin-off? That's
exactly what I think this is. Where he fights supernatural creatures with the power of math.
Oh, I was like, he bumbles his way through. It's like Mr. Magoo.
Well, that too. I mean, he thinks it's with the power of math, but he actually just Magoos his way through it.
For some reason, what just conjured into my brain was some kind of video game where you just get through everything by dumb luck, and it's a genre, and they're called Magoo-likes.
That's really dumb. The only thing I can think of is I Want to Be the Guy, or Cat Mario, where the game is so difficult that you just have to trial and error your way through it.
Yeah, I don't even know how you would make a game like that, where you're never necessarily doing the thing that you're trying to do, but it works out. How would you couldn't. How would you make a Mr. Magoo game?
A Magoo light. How would you make a Magoo light? Where it has elements of Magoo, but it's not a full Magoo light.
That's your homework. Everyone listening to this, create a Magoo light.
Or a Magoo light.
Yeah, we will accept.
What elements of a Magoo light would you bring into the Magoo light?
This might be one of our dumbest bits yet.
That's really saying something.
I know. Shall we wrap up?
Please.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm a bit sleepy today. This was kind of a loopy episode.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. You started this episode off strong and crazy. I wasn't prepared to meet that kind of energy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I wish that I could. It would have been a much better episode than whatever I brought.
I really like the phrase. You started this episode strong and crazy.
My entire day has been dampened by reading that god-awful Corpse Party manga.
Oh, yeah. Mel has some updates about the Corpse Party manga in the Discord if you'd like to come check it out.
The short version, it's bad.
What's the long version?
It's real bad.
Oh, thank you to our weird freaks, Mark Kelly, Natalie Noah, and Jamie Core. And our Club Mesmeron, Eugene Lattig.
Thanks.
Without your support, I don't know. Will we still be doing this? Yeah, probably.
Without your support, it would be significantly harder to make me consistent. We'd be back to the old days where I'd roll out of bed and be like, not today.
Yeah, your support really makes us feel like we're doing this for somebody.
Really puts the fire to our butts.
If you'd like to join them, you can head to patreon.com/superbreakfastfriendsclub and check out the membership options. where you could get special bonus episodes only for their members.
Super special secret episodes for super special secret friends.
I'm Skull Pirate Mike, and you can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Blue Sky. Sometimes I'm on Instagram. Let's be real. I guess I'm on YouTube more now. I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube lately. Twitch is still like my primary, but let's go to YouTube as well.
Wow, branching out
Yeah.
like a contagion.
Spreading my... Oh, I don't...
Spreading your fart butterflies.
Thanks. I nearly said spreading my seed, and then I was like, that feels weird.
That's not the same thing.
No. I don't know that I have any other words inside of me.
I have one.
Yeah?
Bye!
You did it!
It's only the second time, don't tell.
Wow. I feel like I didn't get closure.
Welcome to my world.